In this video, I am going to discuss about what is prompt and what is prompt engineering and the methodologies to improve your prompting skill or prompt engineering. Welcome to AD Academy. The main motto of this channel is AI for Aam Janta. My name is Dr. Ayan Devnath. I am an IIT Delhi alumni and Fulbright research scholar at Harvard University. I have total 9+ years of experience in the field of artificial intelligence, deep learning, machine learning, NLP, generative AI. Let's watch this video. Welcome to my metaverse. As we have seen in case of chatgpt, there is a window where we gives our input text. This is known as prompt. The text is fed as an input to a model and this large language model provides you output in the form of text. The process of providing output from the large language model is known as inference, and the text which the large language model is generating is known as completion. The overall process is known as prompt engineering. Suppose you are providing text what is artificial intelligence in the prompt and the language model is giving you an answer. In few of the cases, this answer will be right as per the question asked in the prompt. But this works well in case of large language model. But there are many cases where it will not work well. So in that case, you have to rewrite your prompt or you have to train your large language model in a better way so that the result which is generating is correlating with that of the prompt which you are giving. And this technique is known as prompt engineering. The input text you are providing in the prompt, it has some space which is known as context window. So here fairly you can give around 1000 words. One of the best and powerful strategy to improve your prompt engineering skill is to include some examples in the context window. And this idea of providing examples in the context window is known as in-context learning. In-context learning are of different types based on the number of the examples you are providing in the context window. So first of all, in the prompt we are providing some instruction to carry out. So say here for an example, I am mentioning some instruction as classify this review. Within the prompt shown here, you ask the model to classify the sentiment of a review. So whether the review of this food is positive or negative, the prompt consists of the instruction classify the review followed by some context, which in this case is the review text itself, and an instruction to produce the sentiment at the end. This method, including your input data within the prompt, is called zero-shot inference or zero-shot learning. If your LLM or large language model is actually very large, then surprisingly it works well, grasping the task to be completed and returning a good answer. Next one is one-shot learning or one-shot inference. So here what we are doing, that in the prompt we are providing an example. So in prompt, first of all, we are giving an instruction on a task, like here as we are mentioning classify this review. And then we are giving an example that if I say I love this food, then the sentiment is positive. Now I am asking a question that I don't like this game, then what will be the sentiment of this? And I am giving this as an input to the large language model. Large language model processes it and provides inference, and once it gives you the output, that is called completion. So here the output is coming as negative sentiment. And why it is coming negative? Because here I have said I don't like, so don't like, so it understands that it's a negative sentiment. From where it is understanding that I am giving an example, and that is why it is called one-shot learning. So you are teaching the language model, you are making the language model to understand that if that language model is being asked to do some task or instruction, then this is a set of example, and now if you ask what to do, it can provide you the answer in a right way by following the examples. Now, if you provide more than one example in your prompt, then that is known as few shot learning or few shot inference. So what we are doing here is that in the prompt we are giving some instruction or some task, and then we are providing 2-3 examples so that our large language model can understand that it has been asked to do some task, and these are the example, like this way we that large language model has to perform. And then if you ask some sentiment, then that sentiment it can provide you in a very well manner. So here it says I love the movie, so here the sentiment will be positive. Since it has already learned that I love this food is positive sentiment, I don't like this game is negative sentiment. So the large language model is learning from defined examples, and then if you ask them to do some task, then it can do in a perfect way because it has already seen some examples. So let me summarize you. Zero shot learning or zero shot inference is the process where you are not providing any example. Here you are giving direct instruction and you are asking what is the result of that, and then in completion you are directly getting the result. Next one is one shot learning, where you are providing an example. So this is my example 1. Now you are asking some question that I don't like the movie, say for example, and then you are asking what is the sentiment. So this is one shot learning because in the prompt you are providing some instruction or the task and you are giving some example, and then if you ask a question then it will be able to answer you properly. And what is few shot learning? So in few shot learning you are providing more than 2 and 3 examples and then asking and one more question to the prompt, then after completion it will give you right answer because already the large language model has seen few examples in the prompt, and then by learning those examples it can give you right answer. So there is one question which can come to your mind, is that if you have an inquisitive mind, that in zero shot learning you are not providing any example, in one shot learning you are providing one example, and in few shot learning you are providing few examples. Now how many examples is really good, right? It might comes to your mind, so will 10 examples be good or 2 examples will be good? So it has been seen that if you provide 4-5 example, then that is optimum and that is good only. You don't need to provide 10 or 100 examples to do the task. If you provide 4-5 examples, that is optimum, that is enough. The large language model will understand. And if the large language model itself be trained on a very large data, then providing 1 or 2 example is good enough. If you like this video, then subscribe to my channel for more such content on generative AI, and share this video with all of your friends and family members who are data science enthusiasts.